Hello and welcome to a brand new podcast episode celebrating International Women's Day. I'm your host, Charmaine, and I'm here today with two guests, Vipul Sant, VP Vendor Management APJ, and Cyl Lin, Director Human Resources APJ. Thanks for joining us today. Cyl, I'm going to throw my first question to you.
Sure.
You have heard the terms equity and equality, and you know they have something to do with fairness. But what do they really mean? If you were to define equity and equality, how would you define them?
Thanks, Charmaine. In short, I would say that equality should be the goal of the workforce, while equity is the means to get there. Equality, in my opinion, is the state of being equal in status, rights, and opportunities. Equality also means that all co-workers are given equal benefits, standards, training, and opportunities in the business. Equity, on the other hand, is defined as the quality of being fair or impartial and just. This refers to not only support and resources given to an individual, but outcomes as well. Equality sets as the foundation of creating an equal playing field, while equity levels out the playing field by identifying disparities to ensure everyone has what they need to achieve success.
Very well said, Cyl. I completely resonate. Equality is an end state, but equity is having the knowledge that people have different starting lines, and then some people are running in the inner lane, some are running in the outer lane. So ensuring that everyone is empowered and supported to get to that end state at different levels is equity.
And of course, gender equity isn't simply about women fighting the good fight alone. To advance in society, in our careers, and even in personal lives, women need allies. That brings me to my next question. As far as gender equity is concerned, what role does allyship play?
Allyship plays a very important role. Let's take two factoids, why and how. At the why end, there are enough studies which point the fact that women enabled and well represented in the workforce lead to more profitable organizations, high-performing teams, better empathy towards customers, better customer satisfaction, and effective interpersonal relationships. That being said, if you look at the social contexts and the context in countries, women in workforce itself is a challenging place to be in some countries. Right? Then women in STEM is another block on top. The third block is women in distribution. So each one is a multiplier with a value less than one. So at the end of it all, if you have to have women empowered and well represented in the workforce, you need allyship in companies like ours, because otherwise you will have a company which is performing under its best just because you don't have enough women representation. So male allyship, it is a requirement in today's companies and especially in our context.
Yeah, I think Vipul, you said a very, very good point on that. And I thought of some other things that you have done for me as your mentee. And I felt that it's about giving credit for female co-workers like myself about ideas and successes. I think that's really good as part of the mentorship program. And I think it's also good to have other men in the organization and letting them know when they say inappropriate things in the workplace. I think these are some good examples of building that role of an allyship in gender equity.
That's a very good point, Cyl. Male allyship is not only for mentors and mentees. The entire male population, we have to avoid some behaviors, like language.
Absolutely.
Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah, correct.
Is there anything more that men can do to promote allyship?
Yes, for sure, Charmaine. It begins with hiring, starting with ensuring there's a slate which has women, ensuring that there are women in the slate of interviewers, ensuring that you're aware to the point that people may need different starting lines right at the hiring process level. Look, a woman candidate in an interview may have a different starting line. Why? Because she may have gaps in her resume when she had to take care of some critical life events, right? That we should be very open to. And then when you have women in our workforce, ensuring that at all points in time, there are enough men and women supporting those women co-workers in a manner that makes them feel comfortable, makes them feel empowered to say what they want to say, and makes them feel listened to. And then I would say allyship across coaching, mentoring, and sponsorship is something that we should be able to provide our women colleagues.
Yeah, Vipul, I think it's very well said, especially when you talk about the leaders being the role of mentors, coaches, as well as sponsors. I think rather than just advocating for them, the ally's role is also about building networks, connections, and relationships. So the ally needs to build the trusting relationship with their mentees so that they can encourage these individuals to achieve their full potential.
Very well articulated and defined. I completely resonate with that.
Well, Vipul and Cyl, I'd love to continue the conversation, but we're out of time. It's been a pleasure talking to you both. And thank you so much to our listeners for tuning in. We will be back with a new episode soon. In the meantime, have a great day ahead.
Yep, thanks.
Thank you.